Right, a short speech from Much Ado About Nothing. Well, she thinks it's rough. I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviours to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love.
Full and just for me. But Brutus says he'll be delicious. Brutus is an honourable man. He hath brought many endives home, whose powders did the general coffee fill. Did this from the freezer seem delicious? When that my porry has fried, Caesar has kept, while the gas ignition should be made of burner stuff.
My mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red than her lips red. If snow be white, why then her breasts are done. If hairs be wires, black wires grow on her head. No such roses see I in. I have seen roses damasked, red and white, but no such roses see I.
That trunk of humours, that bolting hutch of beastliness, that swollen parcel of dropsies, that huge bombard of sack, that stuffed cloak bag of guts, that roasted Manningtree ox with pudding in his belly, that reversed vice, that grey iniquity, that father ruffian, that vanity, you bull's pizzle, you stockfish, oh, for breath to utter what is like thee, you tailor's yard, you sheath, you bowcase, you vile standing tuck.
I know a bank whereon the wild time blows, where rock slips and the nodding violet grows, white over canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet mouth roses and with eglantine.
It's the chorus to, I think it's Henry V. The idea being that if you've got a nice little globe theatre, how do you put two great big countries in it and pretend that you're fighting wars? And that's about what it is about.
Oh, for a muse of fire that would ascend the brightest heavens of invention, a kingdom for a stage, princes to act, and monarchs to behold the swelling scene. Then could the warlike Harry, like himself, assume the port of Mars, and at his heels, leashed in like hounds, could famine, sword, and fire crouch for employment.
Last poor Les. We knew him well, Elizabeth. A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath entertained us with his wit 1,000 times. But then, abhorring in his banjo dreams, thou hast followed him thither these 36 years. His mandolin, guitar, songs, and silly wit thou hast endured, perchance in times too oft. It hath been uttered by grievous folk. Once more into the beech he goeth, to drink and talk.
I trust to take on truest Thisbe sight. But stay! But stay!
All together?
Double! Double! Toil and trouble! Fire, burn, and cauldron bubble!
Yet, nor the lace of birds, nor the sweet smell of flowers in odour and in hue could for me any summer story tell, or from their proud lap pluck them where they...
You know, I remember Much the Miller's Son and all that, so I thought Much was a decent name because it's Much Ado About Nothing. And this is the poem, and it was a runner-up in the National Poetry Competition in 2007. But it's trying to get into Much's head about what happened about this, get sent on an errand, and then nothing. I heard a shout from my master's orchard. "Boy," a man called. He did not know my name. Not my master, a guest called Benedict. I ran to him. I said, "Signor." I watched and waited. "In the window of my chamber lies," he said, "a book. Go fetch it quick to me here in the orchard." "I am already here, sir," I said, meaning I would be that fast. Instead, he showed his wit and said, "I know that, but I would rather have you here and here again." And so I left, face full of blood, and galloped to his chamber.
Kangaroos, all the voles, all the moles, tadpoles and emus, bless the prunes and armadillos, the geckos and the cuckoos, the elephants, the terrapin, the badger and the hamster, the peregrine, the elephant, the adder and the hamster, piranhas, chihuahuas and llamas, the silly salamander, koalas, iguanas, anacondas and the panda, the moose, mongoose, ox and the fox, mollusks and marmots, peacocks and ocelots, tortoises, ticks and toucans, scorpions, boars, hares, polar bears and humans.